And we are live. Welcome to the live session. My name's Russell Pearson, and if you don't know who the hell I am the founder of the Future Proof Business Group, which is where we're going live today. Also, for the last 25 years, I've been in the world of promotion, marketing, and sales, and that's what I talk about. That's what I help people with. I help them get new clients. Now, today I want to talk about referrals, which are a wonderful thing sometimes. And I want to talk about the referral myth, which is that it's the best way to grow your business is through referrals. I hear that a lot. I hear it all the time, especially from experts and advisors in particular who want to position themselves as sort of the trusted advisor. That those people who are taking that position, I hear from them. That's where I hear it the most. Now I am going to turn this thing off because I'm pretty sure this is trying to call out from my phone. I don't want that to happen. So I want to talk about this referral myth. Now, when I started Crimson Fox, so that's a bit over 15 years ago now, I was told that the best way to grow my business was through referrals. And so, all right, well, how do I go about getting referrals? Well, when you start your business, there's a couple of ways to do that. One is that you reach out to people who know you, and it's kind of like a character referral. This person's great, and I'm sure that they can do a good job. And then ideally, once you've done some work, it's the job of people to refer you once you've done something good, right? So the idea of referrals is fantastic in that you're actually going to be judged on the good work that you do. And I'm just going to move this camera here a little bit and raise this up because I want to see if that makes a difference, and I think it does. And while I'm at it, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below because I can talk specifically to them. So this concept of referrals was there, and I thought that was the way to go until I started to try and grow my business. And back, I think it probably would have been about 2008 or something that I was really trying to push forward on growing my business. And it did grow, but it didn't grow from me just getting the referrals, because I would only then get work off the good work that I did, and it was project based, so it actually took a long time to complete. So on that end, that was one of the things that I've gone, hang on, this can't be right, because if I'm growing my business and it's based off what other people are giving to me, I've got no control. And so what I realized is that if you're trying to build your business off referrals, you're giving control of that growth to someone else, which means it's completely out of your hands. Other than doing a good job and asking for referrals, there's nothing more that you can do, right? So my suggestion is to look at referrals as being a nice, great bonus. You're getting, the cream on top of, ideally, a really effective and repeatable and scalable sales and marketing system. Now, the problem with referrals, number one, is that it's difficult to scale, right? So if you're waiting for someone else to give you work or give you clients, you can't say, well, I'm going to actually get 20 new clients this month and expect it to come from referrals. You just can't do it. If you're expecting to grow your business by 50% or even 100% in the next year or 2 years, are you going to be able to do that from referrals? Well, only if there's some reason why this person is literally going to give you half as many clients as you already have or twice that. So rather than relying on referrals, there's a better way to do it. And that's really about creating a system that enables you to connect, engage, and actually have a conversation with people to see if now is the right time to be doing work with them. That's the essence of basically the Forge Business Program, which I run, which shows people how to do that, have a repeatable and scalable sales process and marketing process for their business, which gets them clients on tap, really, because part of it is this barrel, and we actually put the clients in there and we turn it on tap. So if you need more clients now, you turn the tap on. If you don't need as many clients for the next quarter, you turn the tap off. All right. The other part about referrals, which I've always been challenged by, is bad referrals. So a lot of the experts that I'm speaking to, a lot of the people that are looking to join the Forge, are very much in the space where two things are happening for them. One is they're being asked to just send proposals, right? So they're sending proposals out to these people who've been referred to them, and then they're being ghosted. Like they're literally, the person is pretending they don't exist. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. They're not accepting their phone calls. They're not replying to their emails. So they're being ghosted. So that happens from a lot of bad referrals. The other thing that happens too is that people come along and they want to pick your brain. So I'll buy you a coffee. So you have these coffee conversations where people are just taking all the value out of you, and you're not going to get paid for that. So the bad clients, where do they come from? Well, they come from referrals, because if you've ever got a client who picked your brain or who ghosted you during a proposal, if they became a client and they refer you, you get more of those sort of clients, because bad clients hunt in packs. They're weird. They're like wolves, right? They hang out with other bad clients. And so if you're getting those referrals, if you're pushing for referrals and you have a couple of bad apples, they will refer you. And you'll end up getting more of those bad apples, which will literally ruin your business. I've had that happen time and time again, let alone like team members doing it, right? So bad referrals are another thing to avoid. They waste your time, they pick your brain, you don't get what you deserve from it. Now, the third one is actually something more to do with my blacksmithing, right? So with the blacksmithing I do, and for anyone who doesn't know, I'm a blacksmith in my part-time. I enjoy doing it. It's a fun little, like a hobby on the side, really. And through that process, what we do is we heat up metal to a critical temperature, which is around 2,000 degrees, maybe about 1,800 degrees. And once it gets to that critical temperature, the metabolic structure of the steel starts to ease and separate, which allows you to remove it into different shapes and actually re-sculpt it into something new. Now, the process from there makes the whole thing quite brittle, and you need to take it through a tempering process to make it strong and long-lasting. Now, what happens with referrals is they don't take you through a critical temperature, and they don't take you through a tempering process in your business. What they do is they make your sales process really brittle. So if you actually come up against someone who's not referred to you, but would be ideal for you, your whole muscle around the sales and marketing side of things is like a weak noodle. Yeah, it's like this, just sort of hanging off the arm, right? It's not strong enough. You don't have the skills in the sales and marketing department to help that person make a decision. And so you've got a weak business, a real weak business, which is run by other people's suggestion that you should be getting work. And so I don't like referral businesses anymore. I mean, it's great to receive them, but think of it as the cream on top. We want to avoid referrals as far as we don't need referrals. We don't want to have to need referrals. We can want them all day long, which is great, but we need to have a system where we can repeatably and scalability, that's not even a word, but we'll pretend it is, you know what I mean, make the business the size and scope that we want. We're able to build it into what we want. What does that mean? That means that if you're bringing, let's say, cold customers, so a person who's out there that doesn't know you exist yet, but would be ideal for what you've got. If you've attracted them into your world and you're used to getting like an 80% plus conversion rate on your referrals, you're going to be in the toilet because your conversion rate is going to be somewhere around the 10%. I see it time and time again. People come in with so much confidence because they've built their entire business off referrals and it's taken them 10 years, but now they want to accelerate things. And so they start with a marketing and sales process and they can't close people because they haven't worked the muscle. They haven't got their business and their team and even themselves to a point where they know what it takes to bring someone completely cold, to know, like, and trust them and help them to come to a place where they can say yes quite easily. So it makes sense to build a sales and marketing process that actually will be something that you can use in your business to grow it to whatever size you want. And it might not be about growing your business. It might just being able to have the confidence that you know that you can get work when you want it. All right, that is a brilliant thing, to be able to actually know in your heart of hearts that if you need work, you can get it. And the confidence that comes with that just makes you as a business owner and a founder, it makes life so much easier. Now, the only way you're going to get that is through practice. And the only way to practice that, well, there's multiple ways to practice that, but they talk about practice makes perfect, but it's perfect practice makes perfect. It's actually practicing in the right way. So rather than struggling with this sort of stuff, rather than trying to work it all out yourself, when you're trying to grow your business and you're wondering why are you not getting the same sort of conversion rates you're getting in the referral space, I want you to understand that it's not that client. They're not a bad client. They're not a bad prospect. They just don't know you yet. And you haven't been doing the work you needed to do to actually flex the muscles around the marketing and sales so you can bring those conversion rates up and actually make us a sustainable business that you've created that can feed itself. I hate the idea of having a business that is so weak in itself that it has to be fed. Feed me your scraps, other clients and referral partners. Feed me the things that you've got for me. I don't want that. I want a business to be able to go out and actually take a hold of the business they want and hunt and actually capture the food that it needs to be sustainable, right? So that's what we're doing. Now, if you are interested in doing something like that, if you're interested in working with me to do that, I do that in the Forge Business program. Now, there's a reason to actually have a chat with me sooner rather than later, because on the 10th of December, so tomorrow's December, on the 10th day of that month, which is not long away, literally 10 days, I am doubling the price of that program. So all the clients that are currently in there will have the ability to have the price that they're currently paying brought forward into next year. All the people who join with me before the 10th, or at least have the conversation with me before the 10th, we can do that same thing. So if you're interested in learning more about how you can actually create a sales and marketing system that's strong, long-lasting, creating a business that can feed itself, and having a business that is actually sustainable, scalable, that it can repeat the process, so it's repeatable. If you want an easy business that can do that to give you the lifestyle you want, then just let me know. Like, I'm here. You can put a comment in there. You want to chat, you can actually reach out to me if you want to privately on one of the other social channels, whether it be in the chat or the messenger there. Just reach out and say, hey, I want to talk about it. I don't know what it's all about, but let's have a chat. We'll just spend 10 minutes so I can walk you through what that's all about and what it even looks like. But we're changing the price from $1,500 a month to $3,000 a month. And I'll make sure that if anyone is on the fence, that this is your opportunity to get in now and have a chat to me about how we can make it happen in your business, how we can actually have a business that's strong enough to feed itself, that's not just built off referrals from other people, that can grow at the speed that you decide, that ideally gives you a lifestyle that you want, right? You might want that big business. You want that really big business that makes all that money. That could be what you want. We can help you get there. But if it's not that, if it's a lifestyle business that enables you to work 4 days a week, you still need to know the structure on building a mechanism that allows you to do that. Because if that's repeatable, if that's automated, that's where the gold is, because it allows you to get back to doing life, right, on your terms. So my name's Russell Pearson. If you don't know that, then stick around. If you're not part of the Future Proof Business Group, then join. You probably are if you saw this live. If you're seeing it on replay, put replay in there, and feel free to put any other questions you might have, because I can answer all the questions as well. Until next time, stay passionate, and I'll catch you on the next one.